Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki.
And we are back with part 2 of blended families. It was so much going on and so much we got to discuss that we had to do a part 2. This ain't our first part 2 though, so we good.
Absolutely.
We know how to do this.
We do. Well, this time we're going to be focusing on blended families and hitting kind of co-parenting in addition to that.
Which is extremely important.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Extremely.
What does a successful or healthy blended family look like? We want to touch on that. Mm-hmm. Ways to make the blended family a success. Because I think that's important.
That's important.
Some kind of
that's
tips
definitely important.
Yeah, techniques so you can be able to know. And also what to expect. I think people need to have an expectation of what you may enter when you go into a blended family. Because if you've never experienced it before, it can be a little different.
Yeah. So if you're just hearing part 2, make sure you go back and listen to part 1 so you can see where we started from, where we went to, and where we stopped off at.
Yeah, because
we're in the mode, and we're just going where we just left off from, and we just extended it. So
let's get into it.
Yeah.
What does a healthy blended family look like, in your opinion?
Our family.
Period.
Our family. No, but it's definitely all adults involved, being able to be cordial, being able to communicate effectively, not just talking, not just saying things, but being effective in that communication, and then not letting pettiness be a part of it. Don't let your feelings dictate blending the family, because it's not about you, it's about the kids, and it's about the rest of the people. If you make it just about you, that's where you're going to have a problem. So a healthy blended family is, one, all the adults in the blended family respecting each other, being able to effectively communicate, and not holding on to grudges. That's probably the most important thing. If you are petty and you holding on to stuff, it lingers and it trickles down to the kids, it trickles down to the rest of the family, and you see where families get separated. And that's what the devil wants. The devil wants these families separated, and you shouldn't give him that glory. He don't deserve it. He ain't that good. And I know he gonna come for us, but we don't care. So
let me ask you, what does the opposite look like?
The opposite is
and why is there a need to be petty?
Because you haven't let go of things in your past. So
what do you often see the pettiness in? You see it in the ex-partners?
It's normally in the ex-partners.
Okay.
Or even sometimes in the ex-partner's new partner.
Well.
So you get it from 2 angles sometimes.
Jesus.
One, but I think a lot of that has to do with the ex-partner not being honest with the new partner.
Or even if they are, there's still some boundaries that person needs to put in place.
That's true.
So like for us, for example, we didn't have that issue because you just always saying my kids is your kids. If my ex-partner had called and said the kids are over at his house and needed something or they sick or something, you're like, let's go.
Right.
It's no
hesitation,
no issue.
I ain't saying, they ain't my kids, I ain't gonna pick them ass.
Right, or why he can't do, you have never, I can honestly say, you have never, ever said that. So you don't even come from that angle.
Right.
I think sometimes women come from the angle, if they with the mother over there, how come the mother not doing this? Or how come the mother, blah, 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 blah. You don't know the scenario. Right. And sometimes what the man is telling you is not the truth.
Right. That's true. That's why I say a lot of times it's the other person who's should be the other co-parent. They're not open to be honest with that new person.
Absolutely.
They want to make it appear like they're not the problem.
Exactly.
A lot of times they are the one who is the problem.
Yeah.
But they will not allow that to come out, especially not because they don't want to look bad for this new partner. They want this new partner to think, oh, he's a good father, Okay.
So I'm going to keep it real and keep all of our business here on this podcast. When we moved with you, I had asked my ex-husband to come and sit down so we
No. Let's call it for what it was.
Okay.
I said I would not be, one, because you have a daughter, I would not be allowing another man to be around my daughter without knowing him.
Right.
Let me finish. Yeah. And I extended my hand to the individual and said, look, we can meet because if they're going to be staying here, I want you to know who I am. I don't want no issues, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And I think the exact words we used, I don't need to meet that nigga. I think that was the exact words that were said, right? we all in our business, right?
We're all in our business.
So from that moment forth, we knew there wasn't going to be any good co-parenting because he had some animosity to somebody he don't even know. I don't know you, you don't know me, bro. And the beautiful part is, and you know how I like to say it, I saved your life because I just let that roll off.
You did.
And I was just like, well, I'm just going to be here for the kids. I ain't got nothing to do with you. It don't
And
matter to
despite
me.
that, you were still very respectful every time, extending greetings every time you
Every
would see
time,
him.
yep. Because like I said, I don't know you. I don't have no problem with you.
Well, there shouldn't have been any problem with you either. And I don't think it really is a problem with you. It's more so still bitterness and problems towards me.
Right, but that's, as I just said, you can't hold grudges because the grudges is not even for the people who are getting affected.
Right, yeah.
I had nothing to do with it. What's the grudge for me for?
Right.
Kids had nothing to do with it. What's the grudge with them for?
Absolutely.
So because you can't get over your pettiness or you can't let your feelings be what they are, you hold on to things and won't let it go, and it's affecting everybody.
Everybody, absolutely. Everybody.
And I hate when people say this, but it can be true. We're a village. It takes a village to raise a child.
It does. Yes, it
And
does.
back in the day, you had uncles, aunts, neighbors, everybody disciplined the children. And that's why those children were at a better state than the ones now. When you act like you can't even say nothing to them, you can't talk to them, you can't touch them, you can't do nothing. But back in the old times, everybody blessed. You would get beat by your uncle, and then get home and your daddy and your mom will beat you too. And then when you go back out and you go to your grandma's house, they gonna beat you because they heard what happened too.
And that's after leaving school and the teacher beat you.
And the teacher, because my teacher used to have a paddle.
Really?
With the holes in it. They had, I guess you want to call it corporate discipline back then.
Wow.
So it took me one time to get in trouble in school and go to see the principal that I knew I was never going back again.
Right.
But these kids today don't have that.
Right. Here
So they just go, oh, well, I did it. They just slap me on the hand and send me back home.
Right.
If they had that kind of discipline that we had growing up, they wouldn't be the way they are. But these new modern parents want to,
You're not going to touch my child.
I ain't going to touch my child. Right, but then your child will kill somebody.
And guess who is talking to your child?
And we've seen cases where your child tried to break into somebody's house with a gun, and the person in the house was prepared for him and bust the cap in their ass.
And guess what you back here?
And then you want to try to sue the person who killed your child. If your child wasn't trying to break in a damn house, it wouldn't have happened.
Period.
So as a parent, be accountable. You know your children are out here doing wild stuff, and you're afraid to say something to them. That's the problem. I've never been afraid to tell my children when they're wrong. Get to that level.
Yeah.
Stop being afraid of your kids. If they that big and bad, show them what you can do. I bet you they'll leave you the hell alone.
They will.
Bust them in their damn face. I bet you they leave you the hell alone.
Yeah. You gotta set some discipline.
The Bible says, do not spare the rod. Yeah, I got a big rod. Stop before you even say anything. I wasn't meaning it like that.
I'm talking about the Bible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Your face ain't saying that.
Yeah, well. So anyway, you think pettiness is from unhealed emotion?
Unhealed emotions. I think it's stemming mainly from the fact that you left him. He didn't have the power or the authority to let you go because you benefited him too much. So you leaving him hurts because he feels like, as he used to say, you're addicted to him, right?
Oh, yeah, well.
That's what he said, right?
Heard that.
Yeah. But the addicted person walked away. And as an addict himself, he knows how it's not easy to walk away.
Right. Yeah.
So
people hold on to that.
So people hold on to that.
And they take it out on their children, the kids that share their last name.
Anybody. They don't care about that. The children don't matter to him.
Oh, wow.
As a narcissist, children do not matter.
Children don't matter.
He just used them as a weapon.
Gotcha.
To get back at you.
Wow. So, how do we go forward with that? What do we do?
Well, I have some other ideas, but
The Bible says,
the politically correct
keep your
one.
hands to yourself.
The politically correct one is just keep trying to do what we do the right way, and hopefully one day he will mature enough to the level where we can sit down, chop it up as adults, and it not be about anything but the kids.
The children, right? Which it should be.
Which it should be,
Right,
because that's all I've ever wanted. I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you got going on. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's why I said, as I spoke earlier on part one, I've never had a problem reaching out to him. Like I gave the example of when it was Kelby's birthday. I didn't have a problem reaching out to him. Not at all.
Right.
And that had something to do with you too. So it wasn't like I was just going at him.
And let me tell you, I just want to make it clear. You told me times when I was in my mood, and you were like, you need to be the bigger person. You've corrected me as well for the sake of the children.
Right.
You were like, this is beyond somebody else. You need to still stand down and do what is the right thing to do.
Right.
Even when I wanted to do some petty and some messed up stuff.
Yeah, she can be petty, boy.
Watch it.
She can be so petty.
Watch it. But no, so
Hold on, petty to this point. She unloading the pistol on him. Bop, 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 bop. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, you keep me grounded and you remind me and you tell me in the way in which you know that I will hear you. You don't come at me in a crazy way because you know that's not going to get to me.
No.
But you come at me in a way that I need to hear you and it's effective.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you don't hear me regardless.
Yeah, sometimes yeah, because you know
You like,
I'm beyond that.
I'm just beyond it.
I'm
It is
beyond
what it is.
that. I'm beyond. I gotta pull up, and I gotta knock on your door,
Yes.
and I gotta ask you what is your problem because why can't you take care of your children?
That's what
I
she
have
does.
to do that sometimes.
She does.
You don't know. I have to send some people out sometimes while you at dinner eating $120 seafood
Towers.
and knock on the shoulder, pat you, or tap you.
You're being a negligent parent right now, sir. Can you come with me? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's get it together. So now, you just do what you're supposed to do for your children. And I was trying to go into saying healthy blended families. And I think you saw an example at the school one day.
Yeah, it's funny because this is one of his friends.
Okay.
So you would think, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to use names, but I'm just going to say one of his friends.
Okay.
He was out there with his ex-wife.
I believe it's ex-wife.
And his ex-wife has a baby. And he was interacting with the baby like you would have thought it was his.
Wow.
But it's not. But he's that cordial because he's there for his kid who's playing a sport, and they're together. And they were sitting right there, and he was there with his new fiance. And all of them were being adult about it and just having conversations, playing with the kids. It was no animosity at all.
Yeah.
Because if we were not good for each other and we left each other, what do we have beef for?
Absolutely.
There's nothing to be beef for.
No problem.
We came to the realization we're not good for each other. And in his words, this is the happiest time.
The best day of his life.
Best day of his life.
When he got his divorce. So you should be extremely happy.
You should be
I
extremely
alleviated
happy.
you from all of the
Having to listen to what she tell you to do, and she controlling everything.
I was just too
she
much.
doing all this.
So yeah, I alleviated you from that. So you should be happy. You shouldn't still be at a place of bitter and misery and all that other kind of stuff. So I think it's bigger than just me.
It is.
Unfortunately, it definitely is bigger than me. It's just that I get the brunt of it because I've always been that person to be there to still hold things together. And now that person that holds the glue is no longer there.
But
so
yet, the same glue person that you didn't want no more is the first one you call when you have a problem. Yeah. What do I do? You're an adult. Figure it out, bro.
Yeah. But also the first one you mistreat all the time as well.
That is true.
Yeah. So every time you get a new person in your life, and we've seen this constantly, every time you get a new person in your life, you come, and I'm still the one that's constantly being disrespected. Yeah. And we've even had that conversation because you even said as a man, you would think that still have been married to a person for so many years, they would still at least have some kind of respect.
Love. Some kind of love and respect for the person.
Yeah. I don't know about love, but
well, if you were married and I'm sure he probably said, I love you. Love and respect go together. It's hard to love and not respect. Yeah. Especially in this case, someone who bared your children, who have your blood and your last name. So how do you go about being so disrespectful to that person who cared, and I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to put your business out there, almost died having your children.
Very true. No, very true.
How do you even part your mouth to be disrespectful to the woman who bear your children?
That is very true.
So,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So I think we wanted to make the point to say that in all of it, communication is key. And
especially amongst adults.
And yeah, definitely.
You cannot be co-parenting through the kids.
Yeah.
And we've seen that.
Yes, I'm gonna come pick you up at this time, or I'm gonna do this.
So you just show up, and I don't even know you're picking up the kids because you just randomly just show up. Mm-hmm. But they know, the kids are like, oh yeah, my dad's outside. Mm-hmm. And you like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me. Mm-hmm. That's not co-parenting.
That's not co-parenting.
That's not co-parenting.
No.
You've never just went and randomly picked up the kids and not told him, oh, I'm grabbing Nicole to do this.
No, sometimes I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, definitely. Because if the person is blocked, there's no way that you can get in touch
well, that's
with them.
because you
But I will try to send an email to inform them. Or at that point, I was matching energy. So if that's what you were doing, that's what I was doing as well. Am I wrong?
I appreciate your honesty.
But I was going to say, that's the honest opinion.
That is true. Okay.
If I'm not getting that, I'm not giving that. So I was on that mode. But no.
Respect. Respect gets respect, huh?
Listen, okay, I'll match your disrespect easily. Okay. But no, communication with all adults is key. And we're still trying to get to a place where, especially me with my ex, that communication can be more open and more effective.
Yeah.
So I think
we might start with proper grammar.
Next point.
Enclosure.
No. So anyway, I always hear, and this is going to discipline, because we've seen a reel online where a mom pulled up at a house.
She did.
Where I guess her ex-husband
and his wife,
current wife,
would discipline the daughter.
Were disciplining the daughter because the daughter wanted to get up
and she was like,
in her face, the stepmom's face, and talking to her.
But I think, and we'll get to this in a second, but I think the most important thing about this was that the wife and the husband were on the same page.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you'll have that where the husband still might have feelings or whatever, and he wilts under the pressure. He did not. He said, at my house, here, this is what's going to happen. She is her daughter when she's here. She will discipline her accordingly, just like she disciplines her own children. And he stood on that. He stood on business.
Absolutely.
So no matter what that lady came over there with, and I know that's a sensitive topic for you, but if that's something that was discussed, and if I am, and I'm not a beat to kind of beat the child, but I'm going to discipline them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's finish telling the scenario first.
Go ahead.
So the mom came over to the home to confront the
stepmom.
The stepmom, because the daughter called saying my stepmother trying to hit me or whatever. Because
trying to beat me with a bat.
Right, and only God knows what story the girl gave her mother on the telephone. So the mom ran over there and approached the lady at the front door. You're not going to be touching my child, and you're not going to be doing this and that and the other to my child. And the mom, and like you said, the husband, which is probably, I guess, the
baby daddy,
whatever you want to call him,
But the most, like I said, the most important thing was he stood on business. He did not.
So he said, no, my wife is correct. She's been disrespected by our daughter here, ma'am. Ma'am at the door. And we're not going to go with this. Like, we're not for it. And like you said, I thought that was very, very good, because oftentimes the woman comes over with the intent that it's all right and I'm going to go beat this other wife up. And he was like, nah.
But she's come over with ill malice and
that's
ill
what I'm
intent,
saying.
because she didn't come over to go, oh, what did my daughter do?
Right. I thought
she didn't even hear what the story was. She just came over with the intent, I'm coming over here to beat her ass because she said something or did something to my daughter.
Yeah.
And so to me, not hearing what the situation was.
Right. So you were saying that this is a topic that's near and dear to me. And you call her what, Mama Bear. He says I'm Mama Bear.
She is a Mama Bear.
For all of the kids. Like, you ain't fitting the... Lord, let me...
No, go ahead, baby.
Nah.
You said we're going to get emotional now.
Yeah, no. So ain't nobody fitting to do nothing to the kids. That's all I'm going to say.
I got you, baby.
I know you got it.
I got you.
So I don't have a problem jumping off and popping over.
You do not.
Thank you. But you do keep me grounded yet again in that to say, let's hear both sides. All sides of the story.
Yeah, because there's always two sides to a story.
Before you go to that level.
Flipping out.
And then once we do, and it's okay for me to flip out, I still go ahead and flip out.
And I give you space. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that I hear women say all the time, no one comes before my kids, and these are my kids, so I don't care about what some other woman doing or what. I'm going over there to correct that woman.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the mom was wrong for going over there, in essence, what she thought she was doing, protecting her daughter or speaking up for her daughter?
No, but in the same breath, she did not know the story.
Mm-hmm.
So and this is just me, I'm gonna give you this scenario. Let's say, for example, she went over and she didn't know the story, so she went over with the intent, I'm gonna fight this lady.
Mm-hmm.
She gets there and they explain to, or even she sees it herself, her daughter being extremely disrespectful to not only her father but the lady. Now, would she accept that in her house?
Right.
So if you're not going to accept it in your house, don't come over here with that bullshit thinking I'm going to accept it.
But see, this is what goes back to the last point we were just talking about. If the mom has some beef, unbeknownst to whoever, about the stepmom, maybe because the stepmom now got her man that she previously had and she still wanted, whatever. So now any and every little thing you're over here trying to fight the stepmom about.
So as I said earlier, that's the grudge. You're holding on to something that has nothing to do with the child.
And as a result, the child's getting away with being able to disrespect. Yeah.
Literally. And when they're in jail, don't sit there and go, my child was a good child, why they in jail? Because you let them do things that they had no business doing and you did not discipline them.
Hello.
Hear the words. Every story has two sides. If you're just listening to your children, and I do this when it comes to things at school with my kids, and they'll go, the teacher did this, that. You gotta hear the other side from the teacher. Because the teacher can very go, well, she ain't or he ain't turned in none of the assignments that they said they did.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there like, you ready to go up there and flip the whole school over, not you, but just in general. You ready to go flip the whole school over, and then you get there and you realize, oh my gosh, my child ain't been doing no damn work. So you're defending wrong.
Wrong, right.
And we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So I've never been one of those parents that just go off the first thing my child tells me. Because they will give you half the story to make it sound good.
So I think for the woman going over to the house, it's good if you wanted to go over to the house. What I would have done was first called and spoke to both of the parents first. I would have left the child out of it initially and sat down and spoke to them. Hey, my daughter called saying blah, 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 blah. Is everything okay? Explain to me what's going on. And moms, because I'm a woman myself, you know your children. If your daughter getting sassy with you at home or she's doing something, you know she's
doing the same thing over there, and probably worse.
Or if you're putting things into her head, brainwashing her about her stepmother or her father, then when she go over there, don't be confused or don't act like you don't understand when she's disrespecting them because of the stuff that you put in her head.
To tell her.
That's the thing that I do not do with my children. I've never, and they like to vent about certain things, and that's fine. I listen to that, but I never go to them saying anything about your father. I allow them to be able to.
And I can honestly say she's never done that.
Let them form their own opinion.
Right.
But if you have an issue or a problem about something he addressed, I say, yeah, I can understand. That sounds like something. Or maybe he was doing it this way. Well, let's see if we can sit down and talk to him about it. So I never go to them complaining about this, and even more so about the stuff that I have to deal with behind closed doors. That's never addressed. But I do know, unfortunately, on the other side, sometimes there's conversations, and I know for a fact there were conversations about me, and that's inappropriate because I'm an adult.
It is.
And children are children, and those are my children that I have.
Right, and you didn't come to me about it.
Yeah, so
you have gripe with me, not with the kids.
Absolutely.
So you telling them a story or whatever you want to spin to make it sound like you are not the issue is a problem as an adult.
Definitely, yeah. So sometimes I have to deal with residual I may have from a child because of what was fed to them in their mind.
Put in their head.
Exactly.
With not even knowing what the truth is.
Exactly. So parents, you have to be very careful. And sadly, I grew up in a household where my mom used to do that about my dad. She used to feed me all the bad stuff about my dad. And of course, when I went to my dad, initially I wanted to be like, oh, that's my dad. But then all the stuff that was put in my head came out, and I'm like, hold up.
Right.
And then when he started to do some of the things my mom did say, I'm like, okay, I really can't stand you now. But I never got a chance to form my own opinion of him.
Because it was already in your head.
Yeah, so I'm very, 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 just cautious of that and making sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, so let's touch on some important facts to remember when it comes to blending families.
Okay.
So the first one I think is time and patience.
Yeah.
And we kind of discussed this. I let the kids be the kids. I let them be themselves. I didn't try to rush anything. You didn't try to rush anything. you gotta let time do what it does.
You have to.
When it comes to blending a family.
Yeah.
You can't automatically think, oh, we're going to be the most happiest family ever 2 days after y'all together.
No.
It's a process where you have to be patient, you have to be loving despite whatever, but you have to give everybody involved the time
that they
to
need.
do it in their own time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
and I think that's important to remember. And you know me, I'm always a person to try to go back and reflect on things, and I will often say how I've been bonding with your kids in particular, because I already know how I'm bonding with mine, so that's not a thing. But I wanted to make sure I was bonding with them and make sure I'm being understanding to the fact that they lost their mom.
Right.
So I don't want to come in thinking that I'm filling your shoes or I'm trying to replace you. I'm not trying to do that, you know. So I was very gentle in making sure that I was loving them in a way in which they needed to be loved and not being overbearing, you know, because I had to respect what they had going on. I had to respect what they had lost, you know, and then I had to come in still knowing that, you know, you and I are together, but knowing that they're my children as well, but I had to take a different angle.
Right.
And then ultimately, Colin and Jelani are two different kids. So the way that I was able to approach Colin, I couldn't approach Jelani.
Right.
So I had to find my own way of approaching Jelani and handling Jelani and bonding with him than what I had to do with Colin. And Jelani was a little bit more difficult, not because of who he is, but because he was the location where he was at. He was in school 100% of the time. Well, I mean, he came home a few times, so like 90% of the time.
Right.
So that was a little bit more difficult versus to me staying in the same home as Colin for a few months and getting that more intimate bond, right, that I was able to have. But that doesn't negate the fact that, you know, both of them are still my children as well, and I would do anything for them. So I think it's important to make sure time and make sure you're patient with that. And I definitely had to learn that, because I'm all about timelines sometimes. And I had to realize that you just got to slow down and be patient with it. Let me ask you, go ahead, sorry.
Well, even touching on that, I think the relationship changes. So let's say they had a great relationship with their mother before she passed. And as you said, you're not trying to feel that, but you want to have some sort of relationship with them as well. So that's another thing that's part of the blending of family. Understanding the dynamic of what was before and what is to become.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think we both had conversations.
We did.
Several conversations in the beginning.
Several late night conversations.
Yeah, and I would tell you some of the things that my kids were exposed to, and you would kind of see it, and then you would do the same thing with me with your children. So we had an understanding of what the kids had endured and the lifestyles that they had before, and not trying to erase that. I think we talk about this probably a little later on, but making sure that we keep those memories alive, and they can still understand that it's okay if you had those childhood memories and you felt this type of way.
That's part of the emotional adjustment. That's what you're touching on there.
Yeah, so it's okay that you felt these kind of way, but now we're going to create new memories, and that's fine.
But then you have parenting differences too, because you parent different than I do.
That's on part 3, y'all.
No, ain't no part 3.
It's going to be a part 3.
We ain't doing no part 3.
It's going to be a part 3.
No.
Got more to say. It's going to be a part 3. But yeah, we do parent different. TC is more reserved, easygoing parent.
Calm,
chill. Yeah. You take it all in. Like there's been times I've called you and I'm going 1 trillion. And you just sit there and be like, okay.
All right, yeah, it's gonna be all right, baby.
It's gonna be all right. Or a time you gotta tell me something that's really crazy. You like you sitting down.
Right, but you see the difference. You already own it. I'm leading you up to it because that's just me. I'm not gonna come at you on 1,000.
Right? No.
I'm gonna come at you and then gradually go get up there.
Yeah. But you've never, even when it came to parenting, and we've had some crazy stories, some things that the kids have done, and you've never gotten irate with it.
No, because I understand it's life. I say this all the time, and you've probably heard, I think I said this in the podcast before. When I was younger, I went to a girl's house, I stayed overnight, and I got up early in the morning, and I wasn't too far from my house, so I walked home. So I'm walking down the hill, and my father's coming out the house to go to work. He get up early to go, he's a mechanic, so he get up early to go to work. So as I'm walking down the hill, he's walking up the hill to the car. And he just shook his head as he walked past me. He goes, boy, I was once your age. And that's all he said.
That's all he said. You understand it now?
And he didn't say nothing else. He just kept walking, and I just kept walking. But now as I see I got kids, I see what he meant when he said I was once your age. So he didn't chastise me. He didn't say nothing for me not coming home that night, not telling him I was coming home. He was just like, oh, well, At least I know you're good.
And that's literally the approach.
And that's how I approach it. I always, I've told my kids that. I've done that. There's nothing you doing that I have not
and
done.
And I'm thankful that you've had those experiences. Because I'm just sitting here like, I know this ain't happening. You be like, babe, this is all a part of being.
Right, it's all part of growing up. It's all a part of growing up, baby.
What did y'all grow up? 'Cause I ain't had, and I'm not saying I had the best childhood, but I'm just saying I ain't had none of them experiences. And you just be like, babe, in your favorite phrase that kills me. This is typical for someone that age.
Right. But it's true because everything that these kids are doing or are experiencing, I have done. And I've done it to the utmost.
Wow.
Like I'm gonna overshare. To this day, it was just recently that my mother realized I smoked weed in high school. Cause she thought I'm the perfect child. That's how she looked at it.
She still do. And when you tell her, she like, it wasn't real weed.
Whatever. But when my brother snitched on, he was like, yo, Tanil, he was smoking. TC was smoking. She didn't believe it. And I'm like, no, Mom, I did. I did. So these kids today are not doing anything that I've never experienced.
Yeah. And I promise
I've done some wild stuff in my life.
Yeah.
I can honestly say my childhood, I lived it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now
So when I see Kevin, Colin, Jelani, even Nicole do things, I'm like, okay. It don't faze me because I've seen that. I've been around that.
No, you haven't. So
I understand how you feel.
Yeah, okay, well, have a conversation with him. Just keep talking to him.
Right. And then I'm that parent that will listen. So there's a lot of things they're talking about that I understand. And I know what they're talking about. Even though, like, we were, I hate to bring it up, but we were talking about gooning. Yes, I said it, y'all, gooning. The adults that listen to this can be like, what the hell is he talking about?
And that was me. I don't have no clue.
So I'm sitting there like, and I'm explaining to her what gooning is, and she's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, that's what they're talking about.
I learned something new yesterday. Whatever.
So, but I'm that kind of parent where I will listen to what they're talking about. I don't mind asking them questions because there's nothing that I haven't experienced that they're doing.
Yeah. But I think for all the kids, they feel comfortable coming to you because of that, and they can freely be themselves. And we've even had this conversation with one of the kids that love to use choice words, and you're like, I'd rather him use it with me, he's getting it out, than holding that all inside and not able to release it.
Yeah.
And
it's just a word.
Right.
It's not calling me that. It's not offending me.
Yeah.
Because I hear it all the time.
Right. But I think, and also maybe your experience as a coach and everything else has really just kind of helped you see it.
I let the kids be themselves.
You really, really do. Yeah. Now, when they want somebody to pop off, or they want somebody to do some gossiping or some girl stuff and some relationship stuff.
It's funny because they don't want me to pop off because I think maybe they understand I might be crazy.
Nah, you officially
I might be crazy.
Yeah. So there's one child. Calvin wants you to pop off.
One of them be like, yeah, TC, do that, TC. Yeah, you should go there and do it right now. Just blow the whole thing up. That's right, TC.
It's only for that place. Only for that place that he don't like. So no, I think it's good that they have various sides. So you was gonna say something about me. They go to me for what?
They go for you when they want to talk about girly stuff. Colin will come to you, ask you questions about this and ask you questions about that.
Don't be mad.
Even you, but it's more so you sparking it with Jelani. You ask him a question about his girlfriend, and he's just all over the place. Yeah, this and this.
Yeah,
he just loves it.
I love it too.
Where for me, it's more, and of course she gets me every time. I tend to let Nicole have her little thing when she just want to talk about whatever it is, and I'll just be sitting there like, okay, keep talking.
You do.
I'm listening to everything you're saying. Like even, what, was that Christmas Day? She was driving.
Yeah.
And my baby's like, I can't be in the car with her. It's your turn. So I sit in the passenger seat with her while she was driving. And now, of course, I come differently than than Kiki does. So she appreciated the way I was talking to her. And as my baby said, by the end of the night, she was driving like a pro.
I just said switching lanes.
Okay, sorry, switching lanes like a pro. But she was afraid to switch lanes. She would stay in one lane like the whole entire time. And would run up on cars in front of her and be like, I need y'all to move. I need to move. And I'm like, Nicole, you can just go over this next lane. Speed up, go past them, and then keep going. So by the end of the night, that's what she was doing. She was passing everybody. That's what my baby said. She was passing everybody going home.
So anyway, you're the free-flowing parent. But I think the kids still know that you're always going to be real with them. You still do give them advice. You still do correct them.
I do.
But it's just from a softer spot or an easier spot. I would just say an easier spot. Me, it's more so.
A lot more demanding. Yours is a lot more demanding. You're not giving them advice. You're not telling them this. You're telling them what they're going to do. That's the difference.
That may be me.
Yeah, that is definitely you. You're telling them this is what you're going to do. You're going to get in there and clean that room, girl. Or I'm going to turn that phone off.
I'm going to do that.
Where I just might go, can you go? And I've done this, and it's funny because I've done this. I said, baby girl, please just go in there and clean that room before your mother get mad.
You talking to a 16-year-old girl like this?
Yes. So I'm like, please.
Let me take your medicine with
I'm like, please just, I've literally had to take medicine with her. She don't want to take it. But I'm literally.
You're nowhere near sick, and he's sitting there taking the medicine and the applesauce.
Oh, I tricked her on that one.
You stopped. Wait, prune juice? It was prune juice. You was like, okay, I crossed the line. I'm standing right here. All the other medicine.
I fake drinking the prune juice on her. She, but she was coming asking, let me see the cup. Let me see the cup. I was like, here, see?
Exactly.
But that's when
he go blow something up.
Whatever. We have different styles, which is fine.
Yeah, it is.
So let me ask you this question. What do you see as the key? I guess we need to, since we've been talking about this forever now, what's the keys to success when it comes to co-parenting, blending families, and all that good stuff?
Stay tuned, y'all, to part 3.
We're not doing a part 3.
We're doing part 3.
Baby, we got a couple more minutes. Let's just knock this thing out.
We got some more stuff to talk about, baby. I wrote it here.
You got more stuff you wrote down?
Yes, baby. So we got a part 3. We're going to talk about that in part 3. But before we leave, we want to address the last week's quickie, which is...
How do you handle when the step-parent is more of a parent than the actual parent?
Yes. We got to address that in part 3 because we didn't get a chance to talk about that, and we need to talk about the keys.
We asked the question in part 1, though.
I know we asked it, we haven't addressed it.
What's the question for part 2? What's the quickie? Oh, it's the same quickie?
Yes. Well, no, the quickie for this week can be tell us keys to a healthy blended family.
No, we're about to touch on the keys.
Okay, we're going to touch on that. Okay, got it.
So we can't have it.
Well, we need to ask the people, what does a healthy blended family look like? We can ask that.
Okay, so there you go. There's your quickie for this week. Quickie for this week is, what does a healthy blended family look like?
There you go.
Dynamic-wise, financial-wise,
I love that.
Spiritual, emotional.
Yeah.
All of that is encompassed of how you interact as a blended family. So let us know. I know some people out there got some wonderful blended families. I know people who have been divorced and they still co-parent very well together.
Really?
They don't let that stuff get in their way. They just know they weren't good for each other.
Yeah.
But they're there for that child. And they're there. You'll see them there at graduations together. They go out to dinner.
So are they still friends, the partners?
I guess to a certain degree they're still friends.
I like that. Yeah. But I think you initially, when I first got a divorce and we first moved with you, you were kind of confused, I guess is the better word, of how me and my ex operated, because you was like, there's no way y'all were married for all these many years and y'all don't even say anything to each other. Y'all just go straight into a question or whatever about the children. So you were even confused. And you said your parents, when they were divorced, they were still cordial.
My parents are still cordial, and they're divorced for I don't know how long, 20 years, 30 years. They're still cordial.
Wow,
my mother will call my father, my father will call my mother. But most of the time it's about me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or like, I think when my mother retired, she called my father to ask him, how you handle this retirement stuff.
Did he come to the retirement party?
No, I don't think she had no retirement.
Did he come to her wedding?
No, he wasn't at her wedding.
Okay. So it wasn't that close as friends.
No, but I mean, they're cordial. They're able to still talk.
That's good.
Like, I've invited both of them to my house for holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. And they've both been there.
Okay.
And my father came with his girlfriend, and my mother came with her husband.
Yeah, and nothing.
And it's nothing. And my mother's husband doesn't have no issue. He's like, hey, whatever. I don't have no problem with your father.
Right. And your mom's husband, he's never referenced you as a stepchild. Has he?
No.
Wow.
No.
Really? That's good.
And I mean, even with my brother, you would think my brother's his child, which he is not.
Wow.
But I mean, you don't know that.
Right.
You think, well, he's been there since he was young, so I guess that is technically the only father he has.
Yeah. Wow.
Because his real father is,
Right. And there's nothing.
Jerome from Martin. No joke. That's what he looked like.
Okay.
I said Jack Bomb in the house. I said Jack Bomb in the house.
So really was no such thing as like, that's my stepchild. That's really my child. I see you as my child. That's good. Yeah.
And it is what it is. I don't have no problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect it.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. As long as I respect you, we're good.
Right. Gotcha.
All right, baby.
Okay. So this week quickie, we're gonna talk about this week quickie.
What was
I
this
just
week
want to repeat it.
Go ahead.
What does a healthy blended family look like?
What does a healthy blended family look like? So if you have a healthy blended family out there, please let us know what it looks like.
Yeah.
We already said we think we got the perfect blended family.
Absolutely.
We want to hear other people's examples or any stories you might have that can help somebody else.
Yeah.
Because we don't do this for ourselves. We do this to help other people.
Yeah.
So.
And then next week we're gonna come right back. This is part 3. The first time we've ever done.
This is the first. So
oh wow.
2026, we starting off new doing part 3.
Yes.
But this topic, as we said when we started, is near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
Because we want our marriage to be successful. We want our families to be successful. And we can't do that if we don't work towards it or if we don't talk about it.
Yeah. And I think also it's a reason God has us on this topic as well.
And we got 3 parts. Shit, we might even have 4. She might add some more notes to the next one. Lord have mercy. And part 4, we out here like we Tupac. Got a double album.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with it. But no, it's a reason God has us on this topic. So I hope that it helps some other families as well.
I hope it resonates with the people who need to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really does.
And even if that's an enemy.
Yep.
I hope so.
Hey,
So
you said it, not me, baby. You said it, not me.
Okay. So next week we're going to talk about the keys to success. We also need to talk about mistreatment from parents that are involved.
Yes.
Conflict resolution. So there's a lot of things that we really need to talk about next week. Yeah.
You got it. So as I say, thank you for listening to part 2 of the Blended Family Podcast. Well, actually, part 2 of All in Our Business, the Blended Family episode. So we got a part 3, y'all. So stay tuned. We're going to drop that one next week. So just be prepared. I mean, we never did a 3-parter, but as my baby said, we need it.
We do.
The world needs it. So whoever's out there in Finland, if you're listening, which I know you have been, you've been listening. I appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
If you got somebody with a blended family, forward this on to them. Just go ahead and hit the little share button and send it on over to them so they can listen in too.
Or just share it with anybody because we didn't know we were going to have a blended family, and here we are.
Right.
So you never know.
We had no clue. So thank you for listening to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast. We appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. And please listen in next week. Peace.